If this is the moment you've been waiting for, it's certainly the moment we all have been waiting for, too. The official naming of your team, one that is ready to join the animal kingdom of teams in the NBA. And here it is, the newest, freshest, and hungriest look in the NBA.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Raptors are born.
Win it. John Tabak brings it back to Damon Stoudemire, who will set up his offense, watched by Kenny Anderson. Inside for Tabak. Alvin Robertson for three. There is the first ever basket scored by a Toronto Raptor, a three-pointer.
Had to do Alvin Robertson, a monster game. Some surprises. ACO.
The Rookie of the Year, Damon Stoudemire.
It took the NBA a year to figure out what Damon Stoudemire knew after just one game in the league.
That's the question I was supposed to ask, I think, of you guys.
Angle feed, he's a good feeder, and he's a good ball handler. He's got moves off the dribble, but I don't know if any kid's ready to go in that league.
Well, and I think he's an extremely talented, young person. There's no question about that. He can do a lot of things, and he's going to eventually be a very good player. But
tonight it's Vancouver, British Columbia, and the home of the Grizzlies, General Motors Place.
It's the fifth pick in the 1998 NBA draft. The Golden State Warriors select Vince Carter from the University of North Carolina. I'd like to announce a trade. Toronto has traded the rights to Antoine Jameson to Golden State for the rights to Vince Carter plus cash consideration.
Searching long and hard.
Well, it's when he takes it. He can make it.
He enjoys playing with Vince. And he's
their own impatience, and when they are patient, got a piece of the body
of the season.
Pass, nobody rotated. Oh.
Carter for three.
Saying you can't call that kind of foul.
Rogers was in the late
on this guy and get him down. Carter over the top. Defensively, if a player's shooting well,
pass. Hardaway deflected it.
Have to start bringing him back. Whoa!
Brady. The screen. Three-pointer on its way. Carter.
Difficult to
Christie gets it to him.
Shoots over. To give Carter a chance to make it happen, trying to go back to Carter.
Baseline jump.
Just can't lay it up.
That's right. He hasn't missed a free throw. Number 15, quick double team. Gugliotta and Kidd knocked away, and they...
All right, thanks, Tom. I asked you before the game if you were nervous. Big national television debut. 51 points, I guess you weren't.
I was excited. It's a chance of a lifetime and an opportunity for the Raptors to put ourselves on the map and just become recognized in this league.
Looking.
Danny. All right, here is Vince Carter with his first stop. Let's go home. Let's go home. Here is the second dunk of the night for Vince Carter.
With weights in the weight room, so he's stitched up in the left hand doing all this.
Oh, it did not.
It's over. It's over, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, Vince Carter with his first on the final round.
Vince Carter coming to it. Also watch the quick pass to Curry after he inbounds. Curry has it. Carter trying to get free. Carter at the buzzer. No good. And the Sixers hold on and advance to the conference finals.
With the 4th pick in the 2003 NBA Draft, the Toronto Raptors select Chris Bosh from Georgia Tech University.
Time now to log on to NBA.com, where we begin with the blockbuster trade involving Vince Carter. Veteran center Alonzo Mourning was one of 3 players traded to the Toronto Raptors as part of the heading to New Jersey is one of the game's most exciting players, Vince Carter.
With the first pick in the 2006 NBA Draft, the Toronto Raptors select Andrea Bargnani from Italy.
Or Detroit. Well, you know, this was a big ball game for them, and you saw their excitement. They weren't.
With the 9th pick in the 2009 NBA Draft, the Toronto Raptors select DeMar DeRozan from the University of Southern California. DeMar DeRozan played 1 year at USC.
With the 5th pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Toronto Raptors select Jonas Valanciunas from Mutina, Lithuania. He last played for Lietuvos Rytas in Lithuania.
So, obviously made it clear that they want you as the point guard of the future. How comfortable are you with, taking the keys to a team that you haven't played with before? Because as a point guard, you're going to have to be the leader, too, also on this new team.
Very comfortable with it. For the most part of the last 2 seasons, I've been the leader for the teams I've been playing for. I'm very comfortable with it. I'm excited. I think it's another opportunity for
to look to trigger again. Still looking. Ross got a hand on it. Ross got it. Threw it off of Pierce. It's Raptors ball. And they can advance it with 6.2 to go. And they have a chance to win the series. Vasquez looking. Still looking. Gets it to Lowry at 5 seconds. Lowry. Williams a tight defense. Here is Lowry on the deck through 2. Lowry put it up. It's blocked by Pierce. And the Nets win the series. as Paul Pierce, waiting in front of the rim, denies the shot and sends Brooklyn to the second round.
Now, they got what they wanted. They wanted Lowry with the...
And here's John Wall. He got into the party over Lowry. Third consecutive double-double for Wall, and the party was on. John Wall can feel it.
Strip, Bismack scoops it up and throws it down. Bismack Biyombo finds DeRozan. DeRozan pushed. Joseph in the corner for the win. Got it!
Definitely think he's got something left.
If Toronto is in the house tonight, if the six side is in the house tonight, I need everybody on their feet right now. Listen, this is our city. This is our year. But these are your guys, ladies and gentlemen, your 2016 All-Stars.
Playing in his second consecutive All-Star game for the East and representing the Toronto Raptors, Kyle Lowry! Selected as an Eastern Conference All-Star for the second time from your Toronto Raptors, DeMar DeRozan!
Game 7 in Toronto. These fans north of the border have been clamoring for playoff success. And tonight, one game will decide who advances to the second round. The Indiana Pacers and the Toronto Raptors from Ayrton and Damari Carroll. Kick for DeRozan. The drive and the deuce to get it started. Takes it in for the lay-in. 4-0. For the open man, it's DeRozan. Fires a three. Got it.
George established himself in the early part of this game. And he's on top of things.
DeRozan with it. They got to foul him. DeRozan gets it across. Time ticking away. And a foul call. Not missed at the line. Key free throws.
And Toronto benefits with DeRozan at the line.
2 out of 2 for DeRozan. Oh, Biyombo with the board. It's over. The Raptors survive. Toronto wins its first playoff series since 2001. They take out the Pacers in 7 games to advance to the Eastern Conference semifinals. 89-84 the final.
Enough from DeMar DeRozan and defensively making some stands when it counted most. There's a new dinosaur in Toronto. It's the
Miami Heat facing the Toronto Raptors in Game 7 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. As we look at our Taco Bell starting lineups, as both coaches have had to change the starting lineups, as the centers for each team still out with various injuries. So Justice Winslow will start his second game in a row, basically as the center.
Mike, the first game I ever saw Justice Winslow play was in 7th grade. He started at center.
Winslow starting off on Lowry. We'll see if there's some permanent matchup changes from what we saw in Game 6. DeRozan, first shot of the game. Terrence Ross connects.
But I don't think he's going to give him a bargain this time either.
They're chanting, "We want Cleveland," as Nogueira throws it down. Toronto today advancing to the franchise's first ever Eastern Conference Final. It's official now. It's the greatest season in Raptors history. Finals between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Toronto Raptors, and it's presented by Verizon. A sellout crowd at the Air Canada Center, and the starting lineups remain the same. Kevin Love with that huge bounce-back performance in Game 5. He had 2 very difficult games here in Toronto. Meanwhile, As much as DeRozan and Lowry are the keys to the Raptors, they need some help. A poor performance in game as Lowry count it and a foul. As DeRozan drives inside. Nice move from DeRozan off the glass. Not communicating. Lowry to Biyombo. Team in the series prior to that from downtown. DeRozan, nice move. Foul. Can't hit the three. Valanciunas, the offensive rebound and foul. Jefferson gets right in his face.
I thought initially Lowry got tripped by.
We want more is the chant here at the Air Canada Center. And we the North, some people, we the North chanting as well, which is their rallying cry. The Cleveland Cavaliers win the Eastern Conference Final in 6 games and now advance to the NBA Finals. We will have the ceremony coming up, and that will include talking with LeBron James and some of the Cavaliers.
Tonight you crossed the 30-point margin for the 81st time in your career, but you waited until this game in this playoffs to do it. You said you would step forward and have a game when you needed to. Why was it tonight?
First of all, do you hear this?
They're incredible.
Unbelievable respect and much respect to these fans, to this country. This is unbelievable. I've never been a part of something like this in my 13-year career. This is special, and they really appreciate what their team did. To get back to your question, Doris, I knew this was going to be a tough.
In the 2016 NBA Draft, the Toronto Raptors select Jakob Poeltl from Vienna, Austria, and the University of Utah. With the 27th pick in the 2016 NBA Draft, the Toronto Raptors select Pascal Siakam from Douala, Cameroon, and New Mexico State University.
VanVleet made some key plays in the Shockers' Final Four run, and next season more will be expected from him.
You look at our roster, it's not rocket science that I'm going to have to play a pivotal role next year, and I'm going to have to be the guy that's...
First of all, I just want to thank the man above. Without this wouldn't be possible. I want to thank ownership, all you guys, the coaching staff, every teammate that I played with since wearing this Toronto jersey to help me get to this position. I haven't accomplished yet, and that's just the hunger in me, man. And it's just crazy to be sitting here. I'm going to be back for five more years, I am Toronto, outside of where I'm from. I represent this thing harder than anybody. I got so many goals that I want to accomplish still, and I just can't wait to put that jersey back on and, keep going.
Serge Ibaka, they didn't give up a lot. I mean, Terrence Ross wasn't really in their rotation. It's an upgrade. Serge Ibaka got a lot of pressure on him. He's a free agent. He's got a chance to take Toronto to the next level. I thought it was a great trade. You have to understand, Ernie, you take away Cleveland, we don't know who the second best team in the Eastern Conference is. We talk about the Wizards, we talk about the Celtics, we talk about Toronto. I actually think this makes Toronto the second best team in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, because we had almost...
Welcome to Game 6. The Toronto Raptors leading this series 3-2. The winner will take on the defending NBA champion Cleveland Cavaliers, who swept the Indiana Pacers over the weekend. To do is to close out a series, especially for this Toronto team, which has not had great luck on the road in Game 6s.
Not only that, we've never won for the Bucks. Chris Middleton really has struggled the last 2 ball games.
Turn away, and here comes Lowry the other way.
It's really helped Toronto's guards escape some of Jason Kidd's traps.
Good stuff, Jenny. Here's DeRozan, there's the screen, Valanciunas, there's the drive by DeRozan. He's got 2 in a turnover. It's picked up by DeRozan into Maker. Maker with the knockaway. He's got 3 block shots. Damari Carroll triple. Pickett puts time All-Star Lowry. Here comes DeRozan, slicing for 2. Shot clock is down to 4. High screen, the quick trap, outside, Powell. He hits again. Tucker, outside, Terry 3. Core!
Terry. On to Jacobo. Picked up by the smaller Lowry. He drives. And it looks like they let him. And the quick inbound, and DeRozan got it.
Regain. Need a three now. Absolutely. Length of the court. No timeouts left here for the Bucks.
Snell to inbound. It's intercepted by Patterson. And Toronto has won.
Semifinals on ABC, presented by Wells Fargo. The Cavaliers taking on the Toronto Raptors. Cleveland looking for their 11th consecutive playoff victory dating back to last year. A raucous sellout crowd once again on hand here, as Jonas Valanciunas wins the tip back to Corey Joseph.
Floor to LeBron James. Ibaka going. He leads because he shoots such a great percentage. He's a great catch and shoot guy.
Corey Joseph is Toronto leading by one. Nice feed inside, and Valanciunas. DeRozan ISO'd against J.R. Smith. And that's what worked his team on the catch. Ibaka for three. And Serge Ibaka.
All-star player, MVP, was really a terrific contributor.
And Norman Powell. DeRozan guarded by James and knocks down the...
And he fades. Well, you can't get that.
Ibaka for three.
Big. There you go.
Joseph swings it to Norman Powell from the corner. LeBron taking on the challenge of DeRozan.
Great move.
He hit him with the yo-yo move.
Yeah.
Van Vliet. The extra pass to Tucker, the corner three.
Yes. Oh, beautiful.
Payroll in the NBA, but, well, it's paying off in spades as they will put the Raptors to rest and move on by virtue of a 4-0 sweep. LeBron James with his 11th career playoff sweep and an emphatic slam of the ball to the court. LeBron James finishing with 35 points, 9 boards, and 6 assists.
And with the 23rd pick in the 2017 NBA Draft, the Toronto Raptors select OG Anunoby from Indiana University.
OG Anunoby.
A great day for us, again, to welcome back Kyle Lowry, all-star point guard. What a privilege it is for us to sign Kyle for.
As Leo has said time and time again, DeRozan with it.
And a soft man-to-man.
Ogden spinning around.
Great position on
DeRozan, another three. Back to DeMar. DeMar left.
Everybody else.
DeRozan, that all of them has scored. DeMar early on in the season. DeMar early on in the season. DeMar over a block. Here's DeRozan, drives, sidestep, DeMar. So the chance of MVP have silenced. He is now tied the Raptor record for points with 51.
If anybody deserves to have the record, it's this guy.
DeRozan stands alone at the top of the record books.
You said to me before the game that if you can't get up for big games like this, you should be playing at the YMCA. How much of a statement did you make tonight, not only with this win, but 52 points now, a new Raptors franchise record?
We just want to come out with a win. It's a new year. We want to come out a lot better this year. That was our mindset. We had to come out and be aggressive, and we did that.
The head coach is making his first ever All-Star appearance from the Toronto Raptors, Dwayne Casey. This four-time All-Star for the Toronto Raptors is a 2015-16 All-NBA third-team selection. And he carries a lot of loose change, and he's happy as hell the fanny packs are back in style. Show some love for Kyle Fanny Pack Lowry. This four-time All-Star for the Toronto Raptors is an all-time leading scorer, and his name in Spanish means of the sea of Rosen. Give it up right now for my guy, DeMar Rosen.
Led by Dwayne Casey, who might be the NBA Coach of the Year, an outstanding back-five win. For Scott Brooks' team, no Otto Porter. More on that in a second, Kelly. Both Wall and Beal, they struggled down the stretch. Toronto, and he has been out with an injury. That is a big addition for the Raptors. He's got Miles, gives it to him, and Miles. Here's Siakam. What a great pass by Van Vliet, and you see the athletic ability of Pascal. Lob pass has been way off him. Van Vliet over Gortat, and the three turnover by Washington. Here's the trailer, Miles for three. Good.
Because of that spirit right there.
Right spins. Not. Here's Beal, who's got the hot hand. What a play. Siakam from behind with the swat. Year for Toronto, trying to win the series here in Game 6. Hurdle on the attack. Off the mark. Siakam there with the stick back slash. Shot clock at 3. Lowry's got the mismatch, driving and Gortat with 1 to shoot, gets it away.
Season. They went 1 for 9 last game in the fourth quarter, or down the stretch of that game. They're 2 for 9 in this quarter.
And DeLon Wright with an exclamation point on the series win. A block at the buzzer. Kyle Lowry was great tonight. 24 points. They're celebrating in Jurassic Park.
A last-second loss in conference finals.
And the lineup shift to me is important for Dwayne Casey to help keep together that bench unit, the bench Roskies, trying to have Van Vliet come in and help stabilize.
Picked up by Anunoby, drives in, denied! Rejected by Love. Outside, Lowry Miles drives on Korver. Poked away, a steal by Clarkson. Clarkson hit by DeRozan.
The refs want to take a look at this foul.
And there is a search committee now for the... And DeMar DeRozan is done. The Cavaliers complete the sweep. It's on to the Eastern Conference Finals.
After getting swept out of the playoffs by the Cleveland Cavs, Toronto has fired coach Dwayne Casey, league sources telling ESPN. He coached the Raptors for 7 seasons and led the team to 5 straight playoff appearances and 3 consecutive 50-win seasons. Stephen A., I know you think fondly of Casey. What's your reaction to this news?
Well, I think this disgusts me. My instant reaction is that it's BS. I don't think he deserved it because he lost to the best player in the world. Now, it doesn't help that he got swept, but if you look at the roster that was assembled and how they fold whenever LeBron James is in their vicinity, I don't know how you can blame the coach for that, having to deal with the personnel he has. If you had lost to various teams over the last 3 or 4 years in the playoffs, I get that part.
The day after baseball's All-Star game, traditionally, one of the quietest on the sports calendar. Today, not so much.
Not so much. A 4 a.m. flurry of activity in the newsroom.
Kawhi Leonard and Danny Green going north, and DeMar DeRozan, Jacob Poeltl, and a protected 2019 first-round pick going back to San Antonio.
Well, I was told that Kawhi Leonard really has no desire to play in Toronto. We all know his preferences over the last couple of months. That was to play for one of the teams in Los Angeles, preferably the Lakers.
Both of these guys have said they don't really want this deal to go. They're not happy with all this. How does that work for a player like that?
This is where I have to say, be a professional. Be a professional. We understand that it is a business, and you may not want to go to certain cities.
Kawhi Leonard going to Toronto, what do you think?
Well, how do you make Kawhi happy? Tell him he is west of Nova Scotia. And if you think Kawhi's going to be mad that he's in Toronto now, wait till he finds out about Canadian taxes.
You said you shut the door on Tuesday. Is it that easy to shut? Is it completely 100%? Or
I mean, it was a rough week. It was extremely hard. I can't sit up here and lie, say it wasn't. But Tuesday, my reason of what I did was that, to speak out for myself and leave my words out there and move on. And really concentrate on moving on and not living in the past or dwelling in the past or saying or asking or wondering why. I just want to move on and, begin something new.
Have you had any conversations with Masai since?
No.
Do you plan to?
No.
I mean, it was reported the other day you're not doing the Giants
Africa stuff in Africa with Masai. Is that relationship, is it over? Done. No reason to have a relationship. Is that the flip side of loyalty? It's like once it's done, I'm done. Done. It's just done for me, from my end.
I think it was necessary for the organization to make that move and trade you. And why ultimately do you think things just didn't work out?
So for that wording to be put out there, gave you chances, gave this, you know, at the end of the day, I gave everything I had to that team. Every single day and night, whatever was asked for me, to make us better. And it showed. You know, it showed in the progress that we made as a team, as me as an individual. So when you put that out there saying, gave them chances and I had to do something, you know, it's BS to me.